this Pro Tool needs to be dusted off, tidied up, modernized, updated, and rolled out to the private sector.
The Pro Tool is a first of its kind for St. Lucia.
So this goes way beyond the traditional measurement of productivity.
You need to plan for productivity, implement your productivity measures, and you need to check. And this is where the Pro Tool comes in.
On a national level, the Pro Tool will provide insights into the challenges of the private sector.
We at Harris-Benz would certainly endorse the Pro Tool to any company.
And it is an instrument that will yield many results for the private sector, for the NCPC, for St. Lucia as a whole.
A vibrant private sector is pivotal to a nation's viability. Private sector businesses are central to the national recovery process, particularly in the wake of natural disasters or global crises, such as the COVID-19 pandemic. Enhancing business productivity through improved data collection is part of the mandate of the NCPC.
The National Competitiveness and Productivity Council was established to strengthen public-private dialogue and to define the agenda to enhance the country's productivity and competitiveness. So in undertaking this mandate, the Council will engage stakeholders, provide measure productivity levels, and benchmark St. Lucia's performance against countries in the region and other small states. The Pro Tool will allow the NCPC to achieve its mandate as businesses participate and make use of it. COVID-19 pandemic and the supply chain issues due to the war in Ukraine have shown us the need to be resilient, and this tool will assist MSMEs in putting systems in place. As we recover, efforts towards the adoption of a productivity-minded culture will provide the impetus for businesses to build efficiencies and to take corrective actions in a timely manner. On a national level, the Pro Tool will provide insights into the challenges of the private sector, allowing the NCPC the opportunity to undertake actions and to engage in collaborative efforts with donor agencies and other partners in crafting remedial actions to bridge existing gaps.
The former chairman of the NCPC described the Pro Tool as an undiscovered gem in need of exposure to inspire and impact many.
When I was asked to chair the NCPC, my first response was no, because my plate was full. And then I had a fairly hard lobby from the then PS Finance, Quinthia Thomas. So Fiona sent me over a bunch of information about the NCPC so that I could decide if it was something that I could sink my teeth into. And reading through that background information, I found this little nugget called the Pro Tool that very much interested me, because I find too often the work of the public service for the private sector is not known about, and people don't know it, and there seems to be a disconnect between what is happening in the public service and what is happening in the private sector. And this Pro Tool, I thought, was the ideal opportunity to demonstrate that the NCPC was working in the interest of the private sector. So that when I came on board, that was one of the first things that I put on the table, that this Pro Tool needs to be dusted off, tidied up, modernized, updated, and rolled out to the private sector, because it is something that could be very useful in driving productivity and competitiveness in the private sector.
The Pro Tool is an innovative productivity measuring tool developed by the National Competitiveness and Productivity Council. Harnessing the power of data for strategic decision-making is at the heart of the Pro Tool.
The Pro Tool is a web-based platform. It was designed for use across all economic activity areas by private sector businesses to help them monitor their productivity levels over a period of time. It is a very easy platform to use. It is user-friendly, and it will ensure that businesses, as they get into the practice of making database decisions, have this instrument that will become impactful for them over time?
I think what companies have to understand is for any activity that you're doing, whether it's related to your finances, to your customers, to productivity, there are 4 things you must be doing. And that's where PDCA comes in. You plan, you do, you check, and you act to improve. And so if you're doing financing, you're doing your budget, you're implementing your budget, you're checking, or you're doing your audits, and you're acting to it is the same thing that you have to do for productivity. You need to plan for productivity, implement your productivity measures, and you need to check. And this is where the Protool comes in. It is that tool that you can use to check your productivity level. And why is that important? Because productivity impacts your bottom line.
Data helps you improve processes.
Data helps you to understand your business processes and to reduce wasted money and time.
Every company feels the effects of waste. It depletes your resources, squanders time, and ultimately impacts your business bottom line.
Plan to save money and time. Maximize your business full potential with data.
At St. Lucia Linen, data has enabled us to plan for the future and to increase our efficiency.
Protool. Measure the performance of your business with Protool. Compete Caribbean Partnership Facility provided the technical and financial support to convert the Excel-based version of the Protool to the upgraded online platform.
Compete Caribbean is a private sector development trust fund set up by the IDB, the Caribbean Development Bank, and the governments of Canada and the UK. And we have a long history of supporting private sector development in St. Lucia. On the business climate reform side, that would include work to improve the doing business ranking on measures like paying taxes and also the creation of a national competitiveness agenda. And on the private sector productivity enhancement side, it includes recently support for Algas Organics and the BCT cluster. When the NCPC approached us to support this creation of the Protool, I shouldn't really say creation because the Protool existed, it was created by the NCPC as a Excel-based tool for measuring productivity at a firm level, and they really wanted to take it further and to bring it online, have it more accessible to many more firms. So we supported that, turning it into an online web-based tool. We've been really pleased with the progress and the outcome of that initiative, and we are happy to be at this stage. It's now going to be launched out to the business environment in St. Lucia more generally, and expecting it to play a really important role in helping firms diagnose their current productivity performance and then being able to set in place really measurable and results-focused plans to improve that performance over time.
Data helps you understand business performance.
Gathering and analyzing data is critical to improving your business. Tracking the performance of our team, our marketing efforts, as well as our product and the service offerings will let us know if our resources are being put to good use and are aligned to our expected return on our investment. Without data, how do you know who your customers are and what it is they think about your product and your service? Performance data is the key to understanding our customers and our market and provides the clarity needed for better results. So here at M Motors, data drives everything we do to ensure a premium, consistent service to you, our customer.
Protool. Measure the performance of your business with Protool. But what is so innovative about the Protool? How does it work? And what makes it a valuable tool to any business?
The Protool is a unique performance measurement tool, unlike any other measurement tool that we have being used by businesses, in that it is not just analytical, it is also remedial. After the Protool has assessed the performance of the business and it gives you a ranking on the various aspects of that business, it will highlight the deficiencies and it will also offer you ways and methods in which you can improve your processes to ensure that these deficiencies over time do not exist anymore for your business. So it allows you to improve so that your deficiencies decreased over time?
A lot of times in the private sector, people are busy running their business and they don't pause to think about competitiveness and productivity, which are key things to basically with productivity in a business. You're saying, I want more output for each unit of input. And if you're not measuring that, if you're not looking at that in some way, some structured way, then you're not going to achieve it. You're not going to achieve greater productivity.
The qualitative component of the Pro Tool was the component which I worked on. That component involved the assessment as well as the recommendations. So part of my assignment was to review the items as well as to review the recommendations. And by the way, that's a plus to that instrument in that you're not doing just a check, but you're also looking at the act to improve when the recommendations have been given. So for each item in the assessment, what we did was we referenced the international standard that it was aligned to. We used two particular international standards, which are quality management standards and which are promoting effectiveness and efficiency. We used the ISO 9001 standard, which was about requirements for quality management system, and we used ISO 9004, which talked to quality management for sustained success. And so using those two standards, we referenced the clauses of the standards for the particular item. After we did that, we then made the recommendation. And for each recommendation, we didn't just put down what we suggested you should do, but we first started off by stressing why was this particular element valuable to productivity or valuable for effectiveness and efficiency.
Data helps you solve problems. Ever experienced a slow sales month or disappointing product promotion effort? How do you identify where it all went wrong? Tracking and reviewing data from your business processes will help you discover performance breakdowns and provide valuable insights into each part of your process. Whether improving your customer service, increasing customer retention, or predicting trends to build your customer base, data will help you identify effective solutions to address your business problems. At Massey Stores, we aim to give you a quality shopping experience, and data is critical to achieving this goal.
Protool. Measure the performance of your business with Protool. Development of the Protool included robust testing among members of the business community in St. Lucia, including large, small, and medium enterprises. Suggestions for improvement and modification were taken on board to produce the updated version of the productivity measuring tool, Protool.
Back in 2017, when we at St. Lucia Distillers were invited to participate in the pilot project for the productivity tool called Protool, we eagerly accepted the invitation because we wanted to know the right way to measure our productivity. We had already been using certain methods to measure productivity and efficiency, but these were limited to specific areas of our operations. With Protool, we were able to consider productivity not just in production areas, but across various business functions. So in fact, we were able to consider how to measure our productivity for the organization as a whole. Now, with Protool, there is not just a quantitative assessment, but a qualitative as well. So this goes way beyond the traditional measurement of productivity. The assessment actually identify the areas of weakness and even provide recommendations on how to improve. Now, my experience with Protool is that it was actually quite easy to use. The data that I had to input, most of this was readily available from our internal records. And I found that the software was user-friendly. The instructions were quite clear, so completing the process was by no means difficult. I find that the greatest benefit of Protool is actually its ability to provide benchmarking. We were able to compare our productivity scores with that of other organizations that took part in the pilot project. And Protool will also provide an opportunity for us to track our historical productivity scores so we can see how well we are progressing. I would recommend all organizations to use Protool. We at St. Lucia Distillers have seen the potential for it to help us to improve our performance. And the more organizations that use Protool, the more data that will be collected for us to use.
Here at Harris Paints, we pride ourselves on the quality of our products and level of customer service. Knowing our level of productivity is very important to us. The Protool gives us the opportunity to measure both our qualitative and quantitative outputs. We at Harris Paints would certainly endorse the Protool to any company.
Data for better decision making.
Where does good data come from? Does your business have a website, social media presence, or perhaps you accept electronic payments of any kind? If the answer is yes, your business is collecting data. There are many influences and factors to consider when making important business decisions. What is happening to our members and our country matters. Advances in data collection and analysis allow JANO to make competitive and targeted business decisions. Trend analysis informs our strategies to improve operational efficiencies and evaluate our proposed performance against our actuals. This is possible because we employ data capture in our decision-making processes.
Protool. Measure the performance of your business with Protool. Via the launch of the Protool, the National Competitiveness and Productivity Council seeks to promote data-driven decision-making for local SMEs to promote their growth and success in areas such as improving customer service, leadership capabilities, business processes, and many other key performance indicators, both sector-specific and general indicators.
Whether you are a service-oriented business or your main activity involves the production of any type of commodity, your business productivity levels should be measured and monitored to help guide sound decision-making for the growth and development of your business. The Protool undoubtedly will be an invaluable instrument to provide assistance to all MSMEs on the journey to increase operational effectiveness and resilience. The National Competitiveness and Productivity Council, in support of the Government of St. Lucia's efforts, will be granting full access to all users of the Protool for the first year post-launch at no cost. As we work alongside MSMEs to support the adoption of new technologies, improvement for productivity growth, and overall success for the businesses, the NCPC will continue to engage through numerous capacity building efforts and similar engagements in the coming months.